All right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. In today's video, we have a good one. We're talking about my best stock picks, my best dividend stock picks for the month of July. And what I want to do in this video is I have 5 different companies that I want to share with you. Most of them you've probably already seen from my channel, but I want to explain with you by looking at some of their fundamentals and their stock price and charts, why they might be good times to buy in July, or if you're looking to put some money aside, a good time to buy now. But before we get into that, I gotta show you guys, we are up to 100. I see 100 there, but there's an extra 5 on there. We have officially hit the 4-digit mark. We are over 1,000 subscribers. That is amazing. Thank you so much, guys, to everyone who's subscribed. I can't believe we hit this marker so fast. Just to go into my analytics to show you guys how fast we hit this 1,000 subscribers. Literally 1 month ago, literally June 15th, which is not even a month, that's less than a month ago, we were getting 1 subscriber a day. We absolutely grew and grew and grew, and we were getting at 1.93 subscribers a day. We're still getting amazing subscribers, amazing growth every single day, and we have achieved that 1,000 subscriber marker. So thank you, and thank you to everyone who's been watching and enjoying our videos. Now, without further ado, let's get into this one. So we have 5 different stocks we're going to talk about, and I just want to quickly introduce them to you, but please do stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to go in depth about each one. So for starters, one with the highest yield going to the lowest, we have TSLY with a 70% dividend yield. We also have KLIP from Kraneshares with a 50% dividend yield. We have APLY, which is another YieldMax fund, which not all these are going to be YieldMax funds, don't worry. This posts a 35% dividend yield. I also have MPW. I made a little video about MPW's bull run, and I think it's kind of coming to fruition right now. So that's one that I want to touch on too. And also I have SPYI, which is a little bit of a safer play, but I want to show you why now might be the time to buy for that. So starting with TSLY, why do I think TSLY is a good time to buy? Well, if you look at it, TSLY's actually been on a slight downtrend over the past couple days. It was up to $18.40 roughly, and is now trading at $1 less, $1 discount. Do I think TSLY will go a bit lower? It totally depends on Apple's stock price. Currently, I think TSLY might go a little bit lower. It might hit the 16 level, at which I will be buying back in. I actually do have an average share price of about $16.13 with TSLY. It does post a 75% dividend yield, and that's due to the fact that their last dividend was a great boost upwards from their previous one, which was only 80 cents. Now, do I think TSLY is going to be able to hold this $1.06 dividend going into the future? I am not quite sure. Tesla did have an amazing run up. As you can see, this was kind of the run up right here from June to July. Tesla went from about $215 to about $280, which is a massive jump, and that's why TSLY also had a good stock price appreciation and is going to pay that massive $1 dividend. So that's why I think it might be a good play for next month if you could pick it up closer to that $17 or even $16 level. Jumping into our next stock, we're talking about KLIP. KLIP is China Internet and Cover Call Strategy ETF. They deal with the internet sector in China, and I am very happy to announce that it's been on a little bit of a run up over the past little while. Over the past 5 days, it's gone up roughly about 5 to 7%. Each day it's been doing pretty well. KWEB, which is the index that KLIP tracks, has actually been doing fairly well. It jumped up about 15% or so, and KLIP doesn't really get all of that upside because it does sell covered calls on KWEB. But when KWEB jumps up, KLIP will jump up a bit, and it will also pay some awesome dividends. Let me see if they can show their dividends here. But in the past, they paid roughly about a 15% dividend. As you can see, their NAV is not really different from their current stock price. Their distribution calendar, let's see. As you can see, fairly new, only distributing in 2023. But as you can see, their most recent and previous dividend came out at 83 cents, and this was off of not a massive amount of volatility. If you look at the past 6 months, oh, I'm in TSLY, what am I doing here? We're at KLIP. So if you look at the past 6 months, like this was the kind of volatility that they dealt with. They didn't really have too much stock price appreciation. That's because KWEB didn't have that much stock price appreciation, and they still paid out an 83-cent dividend. These two dividends right here were off of low volatility. This high dividend here, this $1.03, $1.09, were off of KWEB when it had a pretty sharp move to the downside. But with KWEB going to the upside and KLIP also going to the upside, I'm curious to see if this dividend might even beat these two and maybe closer to this $1.16 dividend. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that might be the case if KLIP and KWEB continue this run up. So now jumping into our next stock is a 35% paying dividend called APLY. APLY is a YieldMax fund. It is an option income strategy ETF, as I'm sure you guys are aware currently. And it sells / writes covered calls on Apple stock right here. So APLY over the past little while has had a little bit of a run up. I just want to jump here and search up APLY's current stock price and show you a little bit about them, because they have taken a little bit of a downturn. See, I don't like to buy companies at all-time highs or stocks at all-time highs. I like to buy them on a downturn. And I know it's not a stock, it's an ETF. I did get a comment about that, so I do have to watch my mouth, pardon me. But as you can see, they've had a little bit of a downturn. They were up to almost $23 and are now down to $22. But if you could pick them up anywhere close to $20 or even $21, I think that is a fair price for APLY. They did just pay a dividend, and a pretty good one at that. They jumped up literally over 100% in their previous dividend, all the way up from 28 cents to 63 cents. And for holding a stock which replicates Apple's returns or seeks to replicate Apple's returns, I think that is a pretty fair dividend on your investment. Now, the next stock on my list, and one that I did create a little video on here before, is MPW. And why I want to bring this video up is because I called a little bull run. I'm curious to see what price I actually had it at if I show that on the screen here. But MPW is a stock that I called the bull run on, and for good reason, because the stock price was kind of showing it. Okay, I have it here at about just under $9, and currently we're sitting at $9.86. Wow, it's going up as I'm talking. Maybe I'm pumping the stock here. I'm just playing. But as you could tell, MPW has had a little bit of a bull run over the past little while, and that's just due to the MACD reversing on MPW and going to the bullish side. Let me see if I could pull that up for you right here. So we're going to pull up the MACD. And as you can see right here, it's been on the bullish side. Oh, wait, hold up. We got to get to the 3-month chart. Let's get some history here. So it's been on the bullish side, and it had a little bit of red in there, which can indicate selling, but it's switched to the green. It's hard to see here. But it broke through this previous high here of $9.35. And when it did that, it retested and then broke through. And that's why I think MPW might continue a little bull run all the way up to this marker right here at about roughly, we'll say, $10.22. I have an average share price on MPW at $10.55. And so if it hits that level, I'd be more than happy with this position. I just got paid their dividend today, actually, is their ex-dividend date. Their ex-dividend date was June 14th, but their payment date was July 13th, which is today's current date. And so I'm receiving 23 dividends, and that stock couldn't be happier. Now we're talking about SPYI. This is the final of the 5 stocks for my dividend picks for July. And as I mentioned before, I don't like to buy stocks when they're going to all-time highs, but SPYI is one of those ones where I would actually feel comfortable investing even if it is at an all-time high. TSLY, I'd invest at an all-time high. KLIP, I'd invest at an all-time high. And SPYI, I'd probably invest at an all-time high. This is a stock that has great appreciation. It's because it follows a different strategy than normal covered call strategy. What it does is it does covered call spreads, which is basically like the stock won't stop at a current stock. You don't set a call at a certain stock price, but instead a spread price. So let's say you wanted to stop at $50, but instead your spread could be $50 to $55. So you can get that extra $5 in there on top of whatever you were already going for. And as you can see, I just want to jump into their dividend history. SPYI SPYI has actually been paying some pretty decent dividends, and they are a fairly diversified ETF, as they do hold a lot of different positions and gain a lot of dividends from those positions. And one thing I love to see is that it's slowly and surely increasing their dividends, which kind of correlates to their stock price. As their stock price kind of increases, they will increase those dividends, which is amazing. Not saying that it's certain, but the fact that they have both stock price appreciation and dividend growth, like very minor dividend growth, but they are paying about a 10 to 15% dividend. This is the total return, but I know their dividend somewhere about that marker. That is a pretty good stock, in my opinion, to hold. Sure, it doesn't pay the 70% dividend yield like TSLY or the 50% dividend yield by KLIP, but it is nonetheless a pretty good stock pick, in my opinion. So these were the stock picks, my 5 top stock picks for the month of July. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and got a little insight if you were looking or interested in any of these 5 companies to own in your portfolio and pay you some massive monthly and quarterly cash flow. All right, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I do want to say we are now up to 105, or I keep saying 100. I see this 1,005 subscribers. What a weird number to say, but that is amazing. 979 subscribers in the last 28 days. Let's bump this up. Our next goal is going to be 10,000 subscribers, adding an extra 0 right before that 1 there. So please do help us get there. If you did enjoy this video, like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.